White House concerned now that we've learned that Hillary Clinton sent email on her private server that's been classified, that there's a problem here and that there could be more to come?
Nedra, as you know, the State Department, following through on their promise, has publicly released the emails that have been previously submitted to Congress in the context of their ongoing investigation into the tragic events of September 11th, 2012 in Benghazi. The fact is that when these kinds of emails are reviewed for public release, consistent with FOIA standards, it's not uncommon for the materials included in the review to be classified based on current events. So it's not uncommon for information that was previously unclassified to, upon later review and based on changing events in the world, be deemed classified. This was a determination in this case that was made by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And for questions about their decision to make this classified, I'd refer you to them. What is also true, and what we also know about the contents of these materials, is that they do not change in any way anyone's understanding about the events of that tragic evening.
But do you think that someone should have classified this material earlier? Should this have been on a classified server?
That's not at all a judgment that I can make. This was a judgment that was made by the FBI recently in light of more recent events, even though the email was, as we know, nearly 3 years old. But for why they made that decision and what led them to that conclusion, I'd refer you to them.
This is just a small part of the emails that are to come. So are you concerned that there could be more classified material, despite the assurances that were given that she did not send classified material?
Well, again, that assurance remains true today. That is information that was not classified at the time that it was sent or received. But again, I can't speak to the content of the emails. There is a rigorous process in place to review them and release them as expeditiously as possible.
On another topic, does the United States believe that a newly established Saudi affiliate of the Islamic State was behind the mosque suicide attack there?
It's unclear. This is obviously a very tragic event that occurred overnight. It is indicative of some of the extremist tactics that we've seen. The fact is that when extremists like this carry out these violent attacks, in this case, all of the victims were Muslims. That is unfortunately all too common. And so we obviously mourn the loss of life and condemn this violence. The attribution, the determination about who is responsible is something that is still under review. Okay. Roberta?
How concerned is the President that the Senate won't